Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with the first round of the summer season. Like 1 week after we finished the winter season, we started with the summer season. And I placed myself a bit in the last boards, which didn't mean that I had a weaker opponent or something. It was just a bit tactical approach. So I had the white pieces and I played e4, e6, so the French opening, d4, d5. Then I played with the sideline, bishop d3, and he plays knight to f6. Like the main variation is capture, capture, knight f6, and afterwards bishop f3. After knight to f6, I played e5, knight to d7, f4 to support the center pawn, c5, c3. So this is all well-known stuff. And after knight to c6, I played knight to f4, f3 to protect his pawn. And after queen b6, now he has this pawn 3 times attacked. And I just have it 2 times defended. And here I fought already for some time because I wasn't sure, should I just develop, should I put bishop c2, should I put bishop e2, like all this kind of stuff. Take a note, bishop e3 to protect is not very smart because he can simply capture on b2 and then we get in some trouble. So I decided to play bishop e2. Bishop c2 is better according to engine. I could quickly show you the variation. Would be capture, capture, and then knight to c3. And then yes, we lost the good bishop, but he just wasted a lot of time. And now we are also completely fine. So the game continued with bishop e7. Short castle, king h1 to go out of any threats on this diagonal. Then g6, and g6 was not a good move because it creates here some dark squares weaknesses, especially when the bishop is here. So the bishop should be there. I played knight to a3. And I quickly marked the ideas, like the knight has a long journey ahead, like he will go to c2, e3, and then either maybe we can capture at some point, or otherwise to g4 and f6. So I calculated that. And what I also had to calculate, of course, is like after capture, capture, what happens if he captures on a3, and then I recapture, and then, as I mentioned before, the holes on the king side are crucial, and I have the bishop pair, and his development is a bit behind. That's why I have enough compensation for this weak isolated double pawn. He played instead a6 to pretend this move, but it's losing time because I anyway didn't want to play this move, so I played knight to c2. I followed my idea. f6, then knight to e3, and here he should just have played something like with waiting, then knight to g4, f5, closing everything. But I have space advantage, so I still have a comfortable position. He captured instead. And now, if we capture with this pawn, then we block ourselves a bit here on this file, and suddenly he has a pass pawn. So this is not the idea behind this plan. If I would capture with the knight, then I just help him to trade off some pieces, and at the end, we will also lose here a pawn, so we need to be careful. So when these two moves are not good, the best one was this one. again with the same plan of the knight that started here. And now he sacrificed the exchange, and to be honest, I missed that. I didn't saw it. It's a best move for black in this position, but the position is already very bad because of the not developed pieces. And here, yeah, with bishop to recapture was clear, then queen captures, and now here I was a bit proud of myself, I have to admit that. I calculated everything correctly. Like, basically we have two moves that we should calculate, like, of course, queen trade. But then the question is, what happens next? And here we have a nice move, like knight captures d5. The idea is, let's say if he captures here, we not capture back immediately, we first capture here. And let's say if the king attacks our knight, then he's now in a pin, and then we can capture the bishop, and after recapturing, we just rook up at the end. And yeah, if he goes here, then we can recapture, and then we won the important d5 pawn. So that was one thing I had to calculate. And the other thing was if it's better if I capture the queen first and then knight to d5, or if I capture immediately on e5. And yeah, like queen capture is a bit better because after capturing here, he can capture. And let's say if we capture here, then yeah, something like that will appear. And then we have a rook and a pawn against two knights, which would have been also very interesting for playing. But objectively, it's much better what I played. So first queen capture, then knight to d5. Now he played bishop to d8 to avoid this capture and capture. But here the thing is I could give a check. So basically I sacrificed the knight twice in a row, like first here and now here. And now it entered in the game as what we saw at the beginning. I played knight a3, c2, e3, d5 and f6. And now, yeah, he was captured, of course, captured king f7. And now we have a material advantage. We have a rook against a knight, but it still needs some technique for sure. Like I play bishop g5 to protect the pawn, capture, capture, then bishop d7, rook d1, bishop c6, rook h3 to provoke at h5. That this bishop here is always safe. Rook d3, bishop d5. So now, of course, I always have the option of re-sacrifice. And then I remain with a pawn up, but then it's, yeah, quite hard to win still. So I played rook c3, bishop b6, h3, rook to d8. Now we need to be careful, as I marked here with an arrow. If we play a nonsense move, then suddenly he can sacrifice the bishop in order to win the rook, and then black will win at the end. So about tactical stuff, we still need to be careful. That's why I played king h2 to go out of any of this white square danger. Rook d7, b3, bishop c7 check, g3. Now, yeah, he made a mistake. Bishop d8, which I didn't understood actually. I mean, it's never possible to capture this pawn because then I can pin it and win it. Then, yeah, What would have been better is bishop e5, rook c2, and then exchange the rooks. But it's still, of course, better for white, but it requires some endurance. So after bishop d8, I played rook c8. And now the problem is he can't just go back, because then we will infiltrate on h8, and then we always have this check, and with the pass pawn will win the game. So he played a5, rook to d2, rook to d6. Why rook d6? He doesn't really have other good moves. Like, he can't move this bishop, he can't move this bishop. This pawn, we will see that later, is neither that good when he moves it. So rook d6, g4, capture, capture. He waits, king h3, rook d6, king g3. Now he plays e5. He can't wait forever, and the idea was after rook d7, rook h2, and if he would deliver a check with the idea of winning the exchange, I can sacrifice my rook, and then after rook c7 I will win it completely back, and then I'm a rook up. So that's why here he played not this one. Here he played e5, but now the problem is rook to c5. And the problem by rook c5 is, well, he can't move the bishop because the bishop is pinned. And if he protects it with the king, then we can simply capture, capture, capture again, and then we have f7 that can't be stopped from promoting to a queen. So after rook c5, he resigned because he saw it, and so that was a beautiful win. I checked it with computer. It was one of my best games, actually, according to precision in classical format. I didn't have a lot of pressure in the game. I guess that's why I could pull it off. And the main idea, I would say, that led me to the victory was this path here that I saw it a bit in advance. And so it was a good start in the summer season. And with this interesting game, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy and enjoy your own chess games. See you soon, guys.